Sir, your mic is enabled, sir. Bhaskar, sir.
You are audible to me. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
But I am trying to share my screen. Some problem
Echo will
was there.
happen.
Sir, there is an echo in your voice, sir.
Yes, we are trying to log in from two systems. No, I'm talking about my PPT. Is it present? Can you see it?
No, sir, not
Yes, sir.
yet, sir.
The
I'm just
PPT visible, but go to slide mode.
okay. PPT visible, but not in
Yes,
slide mode.
not slide mode.
So somebody is there in the Sunil Kumar in the meeting. Can you make him presenter, Sunil Kumar?
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible. Go to enable to editing.
No, now I have presented. Are you able to see the PPT? We have already presented. You just check. Is it now?
So now it's visible, sir. PPT now it's visible.
Now it's visible, so you can
Uh,
start now.
yes, sir. Arvind, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, very good afternoon to one and all present here. So, it's my honor and privilege to welcome you all for this wonderful webinar on achieving the problem solution fit and product market fit, organized by the Innovation Club and Department of Biotechnology of Ratnam College Arts and Science. So, on behalf of Ratnam Group of Institution, I welcome our resource person of today's session, Dr. Bhaskar Gupta, President IIC and Innovation Ambassador, Minister of Education Innovation Cell. Welcome you, sir. I heartily welcome our Secretary and CEO, Dr. R. Manikam, sir. Welcome you, sir. And I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our beloved Principal, Dr. R. Muralidharan, for encouraging and supporting us to conduct this program. And also, I would like to welcome our Dean of School of Science, Dr. S. N. Suresh, and the Dean of Research, Dr. K. P. V. Sabris. And I heartily welcome our convener of the program, Dr. C. Kanagaraj, IIC convener and head of the biotechnology. Welcome you, sir. And I extend my heartily welcome to IIC ambassadors and coordinators and head of the departments and faculty members and the students who are very much excited to attend this program. So once again, I welcome you all and we'll have a great time ahead. Now, I like to invite Mr. K. Prabhakaran, Assistant Professor from the Department of Commerce, to introduce today's chief guest. Sir, please.
इसमें हम अपना कैसे देखेंगे
Prabharan sir.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is audible, sir.
Very good afternoon, all of you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Arvind sir, for inviting me. Dr. Bhaskar Gupta, veteran academician, cum research scientist and director, NIT Area Technical Campus, joined as an officiating director and dean at IIMT Group of Colleges, Greater Noida in June 2020. Dr. Gupta completed his BA in 2001 and MTech with honors in 2000. While electronics and communication has been his core area, Dr. Gupta in his academic career spanning for more than 19 years now, he has taught various subjects at both UG and PG level in many renowned institutes such as AKGEC, ABES, IMS, and DIT. He is presently working as a president of IIC Cell and trained as an innovation ambassador by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. He is also the coordinator for NISP Araya Education Innovation Cell. He has been taking sessions on innovation, entrepreneurship, design thinking, IBR, BMC, technological readiness level, critical thinking since last 10 years, IPR, BMC, technological readiness level. He is startup founder and currently handling MSME based incubation center, having more than 35 startups. He has more than 5 Indian patents published, 2 copyrights and 2 book chapters in CRC Press. Dr. Gupta wears many hats and academic professionals. His works other than basic teaching include publishing and presenting several papers in national and international journals, guiding MTech projects, working on various state and central government sponsored products, traveling around USA, South Korea, Oman, Afghanistan, Dubai, and Ethiopia on academic cum research mission. In association with world's renowned universities, notable among us his R&D achievements are commercialization of electronic eye for blind people in collaboration with MSME Delhi, developing UAVs in collaboration with Korean Aerospace Industries Association, South Korea, working on DRDO sponsored the project on robotics, completing NASCOM based project on software defined radio, and mentoring students for Microsoft Imagine Cup competition under software category. Dr. Bhaskar Gupta had been the director of SSITM Aligarh, BARTM Gujja, and NITRA Technical Campus Ghaziabad, hence having a substantial exposure to administrative affairs. Besides, he is a fellow member of IEEE, MTI, IE, IETE, and IIRS Dehradun. He had been 6 times coordinator for IIT Delhi Virtual Lab program and working as a nodal coordinator for IIRS, ISRO Outreach Program, and IITM Swayam NPTEL program. Welcome you, sir.
So welcome you, sir.
Audible?
Session over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me just begin by wishing you all a very good afternoon. Present here for attending today's session on problem solution fit and product market fit. And this session is being
Sir,
conducted.
PPT not visible. Excuse me, sir. PPT
I have not yet shared it, sir.
okay.
I am knowing that today's session is being conducted as one of the activities of quarter 2 of IIC 4.0. And a couple of days back, I had an interaction with the convener of IIC Cell. So let me just thank you, the Ratinam College of Arts and Science Management, for giving me an opportunity to express my views for today's session. I would like to acknowledge my assistance provided by Dr. C. Kanagraj, convener, IIC, Head Department of Biotechnology, Dr. S. Arvind, coordinator, Assistant Professor, Department of Biotechnology. I would like to thank entire faculty fraternity who is attending today's session. I would like to thank students community present here for attending this wonderful session on problem solution fit, and product market fit. If you are really looking for opening your business venture, your own startup, enterprise, then you must know about the basic concepts. You must know when you are going to have market readiness, manufacturing readiness, technology readiness for successful launching of your startup into the real market for the best commercialization. That is our purpose. So let me just start with my presentation. Sunil sir, can you just am I audible? My PPT is visible now?
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Okay. Is it now visible? Okay. Okay, thank you. So let me start with the session on achieving problem solution fit and product market fit, which is our topic for today's session. What is it actually? So usually the customer development process, if we are going to talk about, it comprises of three important things, the problem solution fit, product market fit, business model market fit. So I am not going to discuss anything about business model market fit, but I am going to address the problem solution and product market fit. So if you look at any startup which you are going to start with the help of some legal firm, chartered accountant, many legal advisors are sitting in the market who are going to help you out in getting your certificate of incorporation for your opening your startup as a private limited company, limited liability partnership firm, or simply the partnership firm. So once you have registered your startup with Startup India, DPIIT recognition, so after that, everybody wants to have a success for its startup. So we have to look at three stages of any startup. The number one stage is problem solution fit. Whatever the problem on which you want to work or your startup is related to, you have to identify that particular problem. You have to find out a viable solution for that particular discovered problem. So finding a problem worth solving, discover a viable solution with the help of customer interviews, with the help of feedback from the customer, with the help of minimum viable business, with the help of demonstration. In fact, you have to express your entire, compassion and empathy towards your end user in the beginning itself. The purpose of expressing your compassion and empathy is to gather further ideas from the end users about their needs and wants. Once you have gathered the ideas, you have to analyze, you have to synthesize all that collected matter in order to develop some innovative solution. So that is your problem solution fit. Once it is over, see, most of the startups in the past have ignored the concept of problem solution fit. Most of the startups worked directly with product market fit. And that's why in the past decade, most of the startups could not get the unicorn startup status. More than 1,000 startups registered in last decade. But how many got unicorn status? Only 42. Total of out of 84. 84 are having unicorn status as of now. And I am glad to inform you all that out of those 84, 42 unicorn startups were born in 2021 itself during the COVID-19 pandemic, which were mainly based on health sector, telemedicines, medical devices, teleconsultation. So they worked well, they implemented the policies, they implemented the concept of design thinking, technology readiness level. Of course, they worked with problem solution fit, product market fit. They could make use of lean startup methodology. They could make use of some innovative business models, some innovative kinds of canvas for their business, and led to a success. So product market fit is about your validation, through which you are going to validate your idea with the help of your customer. The most important stage, past this stage, you would have validated your product and business. So it is about pre-product. So this is not the final product. This is, you could say, this is something about minimum viable product, which is a new version of the product with some additional features, which is going to be launched in the market after the successful validation by the customer. So once you are going to get ready with your real product, prior to launching, you have to validate it with your customer in the form of minimum viable product. Then, of course, once you are done with product market fit, you can definitely think of market expansion. This is the final, flight proven status. Or when you want to scale up your business unit, you want to scale up your startup. So after the product market fit, if you have achieved the status of product market fit, with the help of customer validation, we would be able to say, yes, now we are going to expand our business. The scalability is there actually. Maximum scalability will be there in that case. Otherwise, the startup may fail also if you are not going to follow up. So if we look at the different stages of the startups, it's gradually starting from, it is having three parts: formation, validation, and the growth. Formation is about your idea generation. Once you have empathized with your end user, you are coming out, you have to define your problem statement, which must be technologically viable, and technological feasibility must be there, commercial viability must be there. When your idea is generated, after the empathy, so you have to define your problem statement, and then idea will be generated. That is called ideation. Ideation refers to idea generation. Once you have come up with idea, you have to be ready with your experimental proof of concept. So once you are ready with your experimental proof of concept during the formation stage, it means you have to identify whether your idea is feasible or commercially viable or not. So at this stage only you have to identify when you have reached experimental proof of concept, which is a part of formation. Next, we have to proceed to customer validation, where we have to be very committed, where we must have certain vision. We have to define the different ways in terms of mission in order to achieve our vision. We have to validate our proof of concept by taking feedback from the end users and customers about our developed product, or representational models, or prototypes, or minimum viable product. So this is the mere way to validate your idea, by handing over your developed product or process or service in the hands of the customer. Then you are going to validate your method or developed technology. Once your validation is over, you have to go towards growth sector. Growth means you are now looking at scaling up your business, scaling up your startup. You are moving towards the growth. So once you are done with your problem solution fit, product market fit, both stages are over. So scaling up is the final stage, where you are going to expand your business. You are going to get positive response from the market. There is no such other product which you have developed with unique features. So definitely your startup is leading towards the growth, and with your innovative idea and creative thinking. To remember, everything is impossible without innovation. And innovation is a algebraic sum of creativity and commercialization. Ultimately, there is an old statement by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam that innovation is the celebration of the creativity. Without creativity, no innovation is possible. However, innovation happens in many forms and existing around us in different forms that I will be discussing later on during my presentation. So what is the problem solution fit? The problem solution fit simply means that you have found a problem with your customer and that the solution you have realized for it actually solves the customer problem. So that is the problem solution fit. So problem solution means first you have identified the problem by talking to your customer, by taking their feedback, and thereafter you are going to realize some innovative solution to address that problem which has been identified by you. That is a problem solution fit. Problem solution fit, this occurs when you have evidence that customers care about certain jobs, pains, and gains. At this stage, you have proved the existence of a problem and have designed a value proposition that addresses your customers' jobs, pains, and gains. You must remember, whatever the problem you are going to address, you have to realize a very innovative solution. See, the customer is going to value your product by paying higher money for it. So you have to try to create a value for your product with the help of your innovative solution. If innovative solution is not providing any kind of value to your process, to your developed product, then customer will never pay higher money for it. So the value is very important, value addition. So please remember, during the problem solution fit, a proper value must be added to your product so that you will be having more financial gain, more rewards in the last. What do you have with the problem solution fit? A minimum viable product. You are going to demonstrate your minimum viable product, or the rough prototype you must have, which you are going to demonstrate in front of the customer and going to talk to them related to your product, sir, whether it is okay or not okay. You are going to get feedback from your customer. Based on that feedback, you are going to gather the ideas, you are going to analyze, you are going to synthesize, you are going to perform number of iterations, number of pivoting until you get the right product in your hands, which is going to satisfy your customers' needs and wants. Satisfied early adopters who use your MVP. Early adopters are those people in the market who are going to help you financially, So you should have some early adopters also during a problem solution fit. If 2-3 guys are there who are ready to finance your venture, it means you have successfully implemented problem solution fit. Number 3 is a validated problem that you solve with the early evangelists. So your problem, your idea should be technically feasible and commercially viable so that early adopters are getting attracted towards your business or innovative idea. How many early adopters should you sell the MVP to? So you must now think of how many early adopters you are going to sell your minimum viable product. It varies tremendously by product, service, or business. But according to Steve Blank, you need at least 3 to 5 satisfied paying customers for a problem solution fit. So what is the minimum number which you require? This is the stage when you have achieved 5 number, which means the 5 people are sitting in the market who are ready to finance your venture, who are going to pay for your business. Then you can certainly tell my business is leading towards the growth. This is the minimum requirement for problem solution fit. How to get a problem solution fit? Problem solution fit in 8 steps we can achieve. Who is your customer? You must know, you should know in the beginning, you have to identify a proper customer. Who will be your customer? Who is going to buy your product? Whether similar product is there or not there. So you have to identify about your customer who is going to purchase your product or the process or the service. What is the problem of the customer? Now, once the customer has been identified, what are the problems associated with our customers? You have to identify their problems by expressing your mercy, compassion, your empathy towards the customers. You have to collaborate with them. You should try to understand their problems by knowing their wants and needs. Otherwise, you should have better insight, into the customer's needs. If you are not knowing, you don't have better insight about their problems, then definitely you will fail. Even if you have used design thinking or other types of concepts. So you have to understand the problem of your customer. Is the customer aware of the problem? This is equally important. The more informed the customer is about their problem, the better. It may even be the case that your customer has realized an efficient homegrown solution to try to solve the problem. Try as hard as you can to identify how well the customer is aware of the problem and when the customer will run into the problem. What is your product or service? See, the innovation happens in various forms, my dear students. It could be a product innovation, it could be a process innovation, it could be any kind of e-commerce service, it could be introduction of a new business, it could be a new process at production site which you have developed. So what is your product or service? You have to identify. Once you have found a validated problem, you can realize your innovative solution. You have to describe what are the benefits and functionalities of your product or service are. So it could be a product, it could be a service as well. So you need not to worry that the problem solution fit is always meant for product. No, it could be a product, it could be a process, it could be an online service, e-commerce area, whatever in which you are having a creativity, innovative idea, you can apply this concept. What are the alternative solutions for the customer? In a blue ocean, there may be a few or no alternative solutions. It's okay. We are not working in a blue ocean. We are having a very big red ocean in front of us where there are many competitors sitting around us in the market who are ready to launch the same kind of product with same functionalities, same features. So my dear students, please be aware of it. Prior to launch of any innovative product, you have to add some additional features in your service or in your product because a lot of competition is there. So you have to be very competitive. What are considerations your customer has while choosing a solution? So we have to focus on this part also. Customer is going to focus on which part when we have realized a solution. What are important go, no-go parts of your business, product or service? Map these out and as much as possible, make sure your product is optimized for them. Your product or service actually solve the customer's problem? What are the important go, no-go parts of your business, product or service? Map these out as much as possible. Once you have found a quantifiable problem with the customer, it is fairly easy to measure the effectiveness of your solution. Make sure you have sufficient evidence that your product or service actually solving the customer's problem. So there is a very important cycle when we are going to talk about problem solution fit, build, measure, learn cycle. If you have found a bottleneck in one or more of the above 7 steps, you can apply the build, measure, learn cycle. What does it mean? You have to first build your product. You have to perform certain measurements for it about its validation. Then you are going to learn something which is a part of the cycle, which is based on the feedback which we are getting from our customers. So remember to make use of build, measure, learn cycle. Problem solution fit is an important step towards the product market fit. Remember, once you are not done with problem solution fit, you can never achieve, product market fit. So please don't underestimate this first step, which is often has been, underestimated by most of the startups in the past years. So no product market fit is possible without problem solution fit. What do you think about problem solution fit? If you look at the ultimate goal of problem solution fit is to provide a considerable value to your product or the service. It is about the value proposition. The customer is going to pay money for your product for the added value by you. Otherwise, your business will not run properly. So problem solution fit is first step. After that, you have to go for product market fit. Your product should be ready for the market readiness, manufacturing readiness, technology readiness must be there prior to launch of the product into the real market or into the space environment. Once you are done with both of these, you have to proceed to the final stage, which is about scaling up, expansion of the market, scaling up of your startups. So these are the three important steps during any problem solution fit and product market fit. So problem solution fit means you validate it with minimum viable product and prospects that a specific solution will solve a known problem to such a degree that customer will buy it. Value proposition is also important. So testing whether a product or service really delivers value to the specific customer or not. So this is very important. So if you look at problem solution fit, we have to start with problem identification by talking to our customers database. We have to understand the market conditions. Based on that, we are going to realize an innovative solution in order to address the identified problem. Once you are ready with your innovative solution, you have to identify early stage adopters, minimum 3 to 5, who are really interested in buying your product, who are really interested in providing a financial support to your venture. Once you are done with 5 early adopters must be there who are not going to finance, but they are going to pay for your product. If at least 5 early adopters are ready in the space environment who have agreed to pay for your developed product, then you can certainly say we are done with it and the concept of problem solution fit has been successfully implemented. If you look at, if you are able to make use of, this is one of the important canvas, which is based on problem solution fit canvas, which we should make use when we are going to run startup. So if we are going, this is canvas. So here you can see you are going to look at who is your customer. You are going to explore limitations, opportunities, and challenges. Of course, it is related to SWOT analysis. How are you going to be different than competition because it's a competitive market? You have to focus on frequent, costly, or urgent problems to solve. Understand the cause of the problem. Tap into, resemble, or support existing behavior. Design triggers. You have to focus on the design aspects also when it is related to the product, just like Apple Corporation, has always implemented design thinking concept for the manufacturing of their iPhones, and iPhones are having very unique and sleek kind of design for which the customer is going to pay a higher amount. Your down-to-earth solution gas, you have to empathize with your customers. Be where your customers are. You have to understand where your customers are. Problem solution fit. So it is about understanding the problem of the user. You have to gain more insights about your customer needs. Once your problem has been identified, you have to find out, realize all possible innovative solutions for the addressed and identified problem. And based on that, you are going to launch your MVP into the market. You are going to validate your idea by demonstrating your MVP in front of the open market and getting the feedback from the customers. Based on that, performing number of iterations and pivoting until it is, going to be demonstrated in a proper form, until you are going to get a real product. Because you cannot directly launch MVP into the market, because MVP is a rough prototype. So you have to, this is only used for getting the feedback only. So once you have got a positive feedback from the customer about your MVP, your designer team now can go for developing the new product, which would be your real product and would be ready for launch into the market. Okay, so problem solution fit is based on cycle, build, learn, build, measure. So you have to learn about the problems by talking to your customer. Based on that problem, you have to build something. You have to make use of proper canvas. By using that canvas, minimum viable product, you are going to build your prototype. And finally, you have to measure, you have to undergo a literature study, competitive analysis about the market, whether the same kind of product is already available or not, with same features or some different features, which features you have added, whether these features are really needed by customer. You have to conduct online surveys during this COVID-19 pandemic in order to gather the feedback from your customers. Co-creation value proposition, you have to create a value for your product or process. You have to perform the experiment about what is going on in the market. So this is very important. So what is problem solution fit? Problem solution fit is the first step on the journey to product market fit. Problem solution fit establishes that you are fixing a problem for early adopters successfully. By no means does this establish that you have product market fit, as early adopters will usually only make up a small part of your potential market, but it is a good step in the right direction. If Uber achieved only product solution fit, they would have made a Nike limo service for time staff and executives, So Uber didn't do like this. They accepted both, the problem solution fit and product market fit. However, with product market fit, they created a new way of getting around for the masses, and now everybody is knowing Uber startup has already achieved a decacorn status, crossed $10 billion, revenue. So decacorn status is really a great achievement for Uber startup. You have achieved problem solution fit when you have managed to eliminate all the risky assumptions from your solution. You can achieve this through testing the solution with consumers, traditionally by doing interviews with the consumers. However, those that subscribe to the methodologies of Eric Ries, the lean startup, would say that you can actually achieve this by building early solutions and putting in market, making constant iterations of this solution in the form of minimum viable product based on data from consumer interaction, sales, and other behaviors. What this does is test in the real world, remove the chance of false positives or false negatives from interviews. If you look at this startup curve, it is having a constant value in the beginning about happiness, because this is just the beginning. And gradually there is a, you can see there is a valley. There is a valley here where more enthusiasm is there, because you are happy about it. You're very happy and eager that we are going to open our own startup, more energy is there. But gradually over the time, sorrow period comes when, you are almost coming closer to x-axis, time axis, because this is the time when you are actually going to perform experimentation and validation part. There are no rewards, only risk taking, is there. So you are not sure whether you're having after the experimentation, whether your product of the startup will be accepted or not. So no rewards are here. Once after this stage, there is an exponential rise in the growth, in the happiness, where yes, once you are done with your experimentation, you would be able to claim that you have scaled up your business venture and there is a scalability in your startup. So why? Because here you can see you have achieved, this product market fit. So once you have achieved product market fit, there is 100% chance that your business will be scaled up. So always make use of problem solution fit and problem market fit both in your startups. What is product market fit? Concept was developed and named by Andy, CEO and co-founder of Wealthfront. The core of Reclef's idea for product market fit was based on his analysis of the investing style used by pioneering venture capitalist and Sequoia founder Don Valentine. If you look at this, product market fit means you are going to create some value for your product with the help of value proposition for which the customer will pay. Why customer is going to pay for your value? Because you have added a special set of features to your product. So once you have achieved a feature set, value proposition in the product, then there is going to be a very close interaction with the outside market of your product, and you would be able to say, yes, our developed product is acceptable in the market with value proposition and feature set. If you are addressing a market that really wants your product, if the dogs are eating the dog food, then you can screw up almost everything in the company. This is something very usual, and you will succeed. Okay. Conversely, if you are really good at execution, but the dogs don't want to eat the dog food, it's really going to be problematic. You have no chance of winning. You have made a lot of food for the dogs, but no dog is interested in eating your food, which means that something is wrong. In a nutshell, the product market fit is having a product. This is needed or valued by a market. It is dependent on the customer. What kind of value will be given to your product by the market or the consumer? The market in a nutshell is based on problem. You have to demonstrate your product in front of the public. You have to sell it. You have to build. First, the lean startup methodology is very important in case of product market fit. Lean startup methodology in which you will be building a prototype, minimum viable product. You are going to measure. Measure means you are going to perform some market analysis, and after having a comprehensive market analysis, you are going to learn about your product from the market, and based on that, you are going to make suitable changes in your product or process. And then minimum viable product, you are going to make use of this minimum viable product means rough prototype for the testing purpose only. If you have achieved product market fit and you have moved beyond your early adopters, if you have already a head of 5 adopters, you are having 100 adopters in the market, then you can claim, yes, you have now achieved the product market fit. If nobody is there, not a single adopter who is going to pay for your product, then you have certainly not achieved any product market fit. It's important not to scale until you have achieved product market fit. Don't think of scaling up just directly after the problem solution fit. If you have not achieved product market fit and you are launching and you are scaling up your business, your startup will definitely fail. Your idea will die. 3 signs you have found product market fit. Number 1, sudden and significant pull from the market. If sudden change, sudden pull is there from the market, it means very good. A significant pull must be there. Gradual change, no problem, but a compounding pull from the market must be there. If a compounding effect is there from the market, it means you are going to achieve product market fit. Hitting a milestone that proves it's working. If you are along your path and you are covering, you are hitting your milestones, it means you are on the way to achieve product market fit. Many of companies around the world like Netflix, Obey, Nextdoor, Amplitude have certainly implemented product market fit for their startups. So 6 important steps are there for any product market fit. You have to line up your product goals, come up with product hypothesis, make bets with MVPs, keep, kill or pivot. Pivot means you have to iterate. So this is the retention curve. So you can see here this product B. Product B performance is degrading over the time because the product B does not have any product market fit. Compared to product B, look at product A. Product A is having a consistent and constant growth after a certain point of time because product A has really achieved product market fit. So product market fit is about you should have target audience, you have to create value proposition, you have to work on your minimum viable product, and after the validation, you have to go for your final product. Role marketing can play. So marketing is very important for any kind of startup, entrepreneurial venture, or any other enterprise. Is your product valuable? Yes. So you have to, first you must determine if your product is valuable or not. In other words, do customers want this product? Is the product viable? Is this opportunity economically attractive? What's the appropriate business model which you have used for your startup? Should we do this? Is the product feasible? Is your technology feasible? Is it commercially viable? All of these things are very important prior to start any kind of business. So why is product market fit important? Everybody is knowing, so 3D televisions, came into the market, but 3D television never achieved product market fit. What they did, just after the problem solution fit, company launched the 3D televisions in the market. And 3D televisions failed in the market, that startup failed because of lack of knowledge of product market fit. That was the only reason. 3D television never achieved product market fit because the product was not that much more valuable than current solutions to a large enough market to make it a viable business. So how do you determine your market for a product? With the help of product market fit pyramid. So you can see here, it starts with market opportunity hypothesis, screening, validating market problem, ideate means your idea generation, developing product concept, validating product concept. With the help of these 6 steps of pyramid, you will be able to get your product market fit. Here is a sample of the techniques that can help you prototyping quickly without having to invest much in new technology. So explainer videos can help you in getting product market fit, crowdfunding, storyboards. So many of things are there, and different models have been widely used for performing the analysis about your problem solution fit and product market fit. It could be a TAM, SAM, SOM models. So TAM, SAM, SOM models have been widely used in order to perform analysis. So TAM is a total addressable market. So you have to identify which is your total addressable market. SAM is serviceable available market, and SOM is serviceable obtainable market. So based on this TAM, SAM, SOM, you are going to perform analysis about your market which you are going to address. So TAM is the total available market, SAM is serviceable available market, where you are going to have, going to your own technology or services on which you are going to focus. SOM is serviceable obtainable market, on which you are going to identify about the competition trends which are currently going on in the market. So you are already knowing the Apple is the only company which has successfully incorporated design thinking concept in the design related aspects of their iPhones and is gaining popularity. Of course, had been able to make use of TAM, SAM and SOM models for problem solution and product market fit implementation. So ideation is about to generate your ideas. I have already discussed. Development is important and you have to validate your product concept. Once you are not going to validate your proof of concept, of course, you will not be able to launch a successful business. Finding your product market fit, we have already discussed. At the heart of product market fit is listening to the voice of the customer, observing their behavior and determining what problems they are looking to solve when they purchase your products and services. The rest is up to you. Thank you very much. That's all from my side. Thank you, sir. Hello, am I audible? Hello, Dr. Arvind?
Yes, sir.
That's all, sir, from my side. It's over.
So, Arvind, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. Dear students, the session is open for you, open for question session. So if you have any questions, you can use the hand raise option in the Teams, and we will enable your mic.
So, Bhaskar, sir, generally,
Yes.
generally the new startup.
Pardon, sir?
For the new startup, so what kind of product they will prefer? Whether the problem-based product or market-based product?
Yeah, let me just tell you quickly. See, I am the founder of one startup, sir.
Okay, sir.
I am running my own startup with Foodie A to Z 99 India Private Limited. So it could be both. It could be a product, it could be a process, it could be any kind of service also. So startup doesn't mean that it has to be a product only or hardware only. It could be a hardware related, software related. Different sectors have been defined actually in which you can work. So I am running one successful startup where we are delivering food services to the nearby area. So we are already registered with MSME and Startup India. We have a recognized DPIIT recognition from the industry.
For DPIIT is mandatory for the new products?
Yeah, DPIIT is not mandatory. You can get grants from other angel investors are also there. You can get in touch with accelerators, government incubators. I'm not saying it, but if you want a grant from Startup India program, so then you should have DPIIT recognition. And if you are not having, then from Startup India, your startup will not get any financial grant. And that is the eligibility criteria, sir, from the Startup India.
Okay, sir. Arvind sir, I think we conclude the sessions because Bhaskar sir have another meeting in 3:30.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sure, sir.
Yeah.
So now I like to welcome Ms. Sashinda, Assistant Professor of Department of Mathematics, to propose the vote of thanks.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
You are audible, ma'am.
Good evening to entire passenger. It's such a unique opportunity to propose the vote. On behalf of Technical College of Intelligence, I would like to express my gratitude to the esteemed delegates and participants for their presence in today's session. I extend my gratitude to today's resource person, Dr. Bhaskar Gupta, President, IISc Innovation Ambassador, Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, to take up time from this busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with this words and this specialty. Thank you, sir. A special thank you to your Dr. R. Dharan for providing immense support to make this today's session successful. Thank you, sir. And I would
Thank you all. Thank you all. Shall I leave now?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you,
Thank you,
Professor.
sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
see you, Dr. Mark Manikam, for this encouragement and the support. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our Dean, School of Science, Dr. S.N. Suresh, Dean of Research, Dr. K.P.V. Sabrish, for their support. Thank you, sir. And I heartily thank our convener, Dr. C. Kanagraj, IAC convener, head of the Department of Biotechnology, for guiding us. Thank you, sir. And I would like to thank coordinator, Dr. S. Arvind, assistant professor, for organizing this wonderful event. Thank you, sir. And this team. I would like to thank IAC ambassadors, IAC coordinators, and faculty members for their support. Last but not least, I thank all the participants for their active presentation. Thank you, everyone, once again for making it a great success. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.